See, next topic I'll be discussing something called listeners. Okay, so file listeners is the other main important topic we'll be regularly working. See, when any web application when you're working, so there will be having some listener configuration will be there, like some directory path they are going to connect. That is when you are working from different locations also. So they'll be having some common directory path. Okay, so and anyone want to upload any data, like any some file access will be given to you maybe in the real time when you work on different web applications. So actually this configuration we have to do when I'm talking about the live users. When live users will be having a common access to one file or different files or different folders or different directories and all, they will be having access, like mainly bank applications, insurance applications, government applications, like any kind of web applications, telecom sector, finance sector. So they may access some common directory path, and in that they'll be having a different access to. So again depend upon the level of persons, so they may have access to different directories and different folders and different files in the real time. Okay, so that particular file access how to give and how to configure the directory paths and all, and any data updated in those files, what should happen in the backend, like how these service file configuration we have to generate as a developer. So actually what this file listener will do means file listener will monitor the path, so that directory path link and all in the real time when you, okay, that links and all again you will be getting in the real time. Okay, ftp link and all you will be getting, but in the personal edition when you are going to configure this directory in your system, that any drive if you have, so under that some folder I'll be creating and I'm going to connect that. But in the live environment, so you'll be getting some ftp link and all, don't worry, you'll not do that. Just you'll get the link, what link you have to provide in the listener directory path, so that you have to provide in the enterprise server. So again here other thing is what file listener will do means it will monitor the directory path whatever given, and any new data updated in that particular directory under any file, so it will for every 30 seconds it will refresh. Okay, file listener will refresh for every 30 seconds any new data updated or any new file updated in that particular directory. So it will, if any file is given or any file is updated or any file is placed in that directory, so it will pick that file and give it to the service file rule. What service file will do means it will read the data. So here reading is also called as parsing also we can call. It will parse the data means it will read the data and perform some action. Actually mostly insert action will be, or save action or update action is the common action will be performing. Okay, so using this service file the most common action 99% will be performing either insert or update action we are going to perform. So inside the service file few things like we need to configure activity like business logic, what action should perform, and what is the parsing data, like for which properties the data is going to read and all, we are going to configure in this service file rule. Okay, so like that. So these two things regularly will be going to configure one on one. So before that, let's see, though finally I cannot test in personal edition, but a complete configuration will understand. Okay, all the steps we can create successfully. So how to configure listeners and service file, that we are going to understand now. See, if this file listener will monitor the part in the server, and if any file or any data updated in that file or any file is added in this path, so automatically it will pick and give it to the service file rule. That is the work file listener will be doing. And what service file will do means it will read the data. That is, it will accept that input file, read the data, and perform some action. That is here mainly activity is the main business logic we are going to define. In your activity what methods are given or what methods are defined, it is going to read those methods and perform that action for the what are the properties used in that particular activity. Okay, so let's see. So actually here package is one rule which will be reusing in any service, no need to define again. And for just understanding purpose I'll be using the customer table, existing table we have, right? That is we created earlier, right? Customer table. So I'm using service package and existing table, And the new steps we are going to define here are service file, parse rule, activity, and file listener. These four are the new things. Okay. So before that, in order to how to means in the real time how to create these file format means it will be format like CSV format. See how to create a CSV file. Let's see one example. See in your system, try to open some Excel file. Open any Excel file and try to open this file. Use save as option. So use the option as save as. See, actually here the format actually save as type some formats will be there. So try to use this option comma separated value. So which is nothing but so comma separated value in the brackets you'll be getting as comma delimited. Select that option. So save it in some desktop path or somewhere. Maybe when you're saving these you'll be getting as already some pop-ups and all you'll be getting. Click on OK. Click on S. Now try to close. If you try to close also you may get like a with the same name some file is there. Click on S option. Again in the desktop you have to choose like multiple things like that. You have to click on S and S because actually with this same name some file is there, right? You may get like this. So like this multiple times you may click on SS. Now you can see this is the file format created. Now in this file I'm going to add some records. When you are going to give the records, so no need to mention the column name. So column name is not mandatory. So directly assign some records without giving any name, column name. But actually in the first column I'm giving some records like for the customer ID. Second column I want to give some records like F name and last name, L name. So add some 4 5 records. No need to define any column names separately. Just add some records. Okay, and third record will be some last name kind of thing. Okay, save them. Again, when you're saving, you may get these pop-ups. Click on S option. Okay, so like that, you can create one file in your application. So that is a CSV file. Okay, so first of all, do this. So open Excel and try to use save as option and choose the format type as a comma separated value, which is comma delimited. Maybe in my system, some different records are there. Maybe I'll give the screenshot. Okay, records just you can give any in the real time. Maybe what file and in which file you need to update the records. You'll get the requirement. So after giving the records, now requirement is insert this data from this file to the customer table by using service file rule. Okay, so generally normal save actions we performed earlier, but mostly if any directory path and all if they want to monitor and automatically save action if they want to perform, mostly they will be using these service file rule they'll be using mostly. So here table and all already in my application customer table is there. Okay, so maybe some additional properties we have, but same properties all are already there in this customer table. I'm using the existing table only. Now package, if you don't have the package already, if you worked on the previous examples, so you may have this package rule. Suppose if you're creating this work, if you're working on this particular rule first means you can create a package rule, otherwise skip this step because already if you work on the previous steps this package rule is already there. So if you already have means you can skip this step. Okay, now next step is so if package is already there, we will start with service file creation first of all. So service file is a integration service rule. Okay, so you can directly add in work layer also, you can create this. So go to App Explorer. So under the work layer, so go to integration services, service file. So give a name. So I'm going to use name to the names. Okay, save customer file I'm giving. So package, you can save package name. So customer class, you can provide anything. So I'm giving something as a file customers. So open this. See, primary class is nothing but your table class. See, data table class you need to provide. So data hyphen customer table, and page name actually you can give any name. So I'm giving some page. By default, you'll be getting my service page in everything. So you can give some different name. I'm giving as if customer details. Now go to method tab. So inside the method tab, we'll have record layout. Actually, if you see the file records, so every record except customer ID, remaining all the records and remaining columns, every record is of different length. Maybe here last name I've given only one character, but in the real time we'll give some full name, right? So like see, mostly all the records are of different lengths here. Okay, so it is not matching. All the records are of not same length, right? If same length means they can give the record direct length they can mention, but if records are of different length means, so you'll be using something called slash n, like record terminator we are going to give, which contains after reading one record or after completing one row, it will automatically read the next row it is going to read. So here give the record terminator, then go to request tab. So here in the passing segments, we have to provide the details like parse rule and activity rule. Two things we have to define. So first of all, in the map to option, choose delimited parse rule. Okay, so choose this option, delimited parse rule. Now here map to key is nothing but I need to open the parse rule. See, in some versions or in real time we may get open option, but I didn't get open option in the present version. But in some versions you may get open option next to the map to key. So if you don't get option, then it is a mapping rule again. So go to integration mapping. So to open that, actually the thing is this one we don't create in the work layer. We need to define in the table class. We have to define under the customer table class. I need to define mapping rule and activity, both I need to define under table class. So now in the alpha hyphen data hyphen customer table. So under this activity, so click on this customer table. So from which table you are parsing records. So to which table you are going to map the data. In the table we need to define this parse rule. So if you go to integration mapping, So you will be having something called parse delimited. Okay, so this is the rule we need to open. Now give a name. So after this, if you go to the request tab, use this option, a delimited parse rule, and now open this one from the under the customer table class, create this parse delimited rule and give a name. So I'm giving some name as here customer file, and here in record type anything you can give. I'm giving something as a parse file and open this. So under the table class we are creating this. Now in this parse delimited rule, see for which columns we are going to parse the data. So we have to define the column name. So before that, the format is comma separated value. Okay, so file format or field format is comma separated value. Now in the parsing details we have to provide the column names, and in the column names here give it in the file what is the order we have, same order we have to give. See, the first column records are for the customer ID, second column records are F name, and third column records are L name. So in same order you need to give the parsing details. If you change the order here, if you give F name here, then it will read these records as F name, and then what is the next column name given, and it will read these records as the that particular column name. So give it in the order according to your file. So here I'm giving customer ID. Map to means your clipboard. By default, any data from services if you are consuming or mapping, so through clipboard only it will parse, right? And here you can click on dot option. So dot is not working in present version, so you have to again type your column name manually. In some versions you will get in the down arrow, so here type manually. Again second column records F name, and the third column records L name. So like that in the real time your column names may be different, so but procedure is same. Save it. So after saving this parse rule, see parse rule there you don't get in the down arrow. You have to copy it manually. See, customer file dot parse file is the name. Okay, so actually identifier what is the name we have. So this particular name we have to copy, but when you directly copy, space you will be getting between these two. We have to remove the spaces, and customer file dot parse file we have to give as the name. So copy paste this one, copy this in this identifier level and paste it in the map key, because in previous version we used to get drop down, but in the present version there is no drop down. So here when copying you'll get the spaces and all. Remove spaces and manually give this dot option, customer file dot parse file. Okay, then next step is for activity to create. Activity also will be created in table class only, but open option is given here. Okay, so what you can do means, so directly open activity from here, so automatically this rule will be created in the table class. So open activity now after giving the parse rule name, and this will be activity. This time we are going to create in the table class. So give some name for the activity. So after saving these parse delimited rule, so copy paste it in the this one. Okay, actually if you see here auto complete option is there. Actually this screenshot if you check in older versions used to get in the down arrow. See, auto complete control is there in the older versions, but if you see in the present version I'm having only text box. Only text box is there. So text box is only there means what I need to copy paste. But if you see the screenshot, this is a 8.1 I think. So in 8.1, if you check, you'll be getting autocomplete control, and open option is also there in the previous versions. Okay, so in that case, directly I used to open, and after saving the rule, in the down arrow you can directly select the rule. But in this present version, so copy paste the rule name manually. Okay, without any spaces between customer file and parse file name. Just not when you directly copy paste the identifier, you may get some spaces. Remove that spaces and give customer file dot parse file. Now next step is open activity. So activity name I've given something like a save customer file activity. See, this activity purpose is perform save action. So open this. See here, already in the parse rule, mapping is done to clipboard. See what is done in the parse rule earlier. So when you give these parsing details, what happens means, see this property values, it will automatically assign to the clipboard here. Already property set functionality is defined in the parsing rule. Actually, see parsing here, what is the functionality configured is what property set will do in activity. The same thing already we defined using these parsing details. So in save activities, generally before obj save method we will be giving property set method, but already in the parsing rule, so parsing is done to the clipboard page. So what we need to do directly in this activity, first define pages and classes. So to which table you are mapping, mention the table name and page name and all, what are the given or used inside the service, same we have to use again. So in service rule I have taken a customer detail, same page name we have to provide in the page name. Go to steps tab. So if you want, you can use page new method, or directly only one method you can take, that is obj save, without defining page new also. Now no need to define clipboard, or the values, property values are already assigned to clipboard using parse delimited rule. Now directly in this you can use, one second, use obj save method. Actually, generally when you mostly use services and all, these file listeners and all when you're using, so mostly we'll parse one record at a time. Okay, see one record, see earlier I used this commit API, but now in this scenario what I can do means directly, see commit option if want to perform, there is an option in the obj save parameters. Right now if you use also, it will perform commit functionality, it will perform, but one record at a time it is going to commit. So if you enable this option, this also will perform the commit functionality. Okay, now like this come under non-transactional processing, so I'm going to enable this right now option without using commit API. So I'm not using commit API. In the method parameters, enable this checkbox. Now, so like that, fill the parameters. In save activity, fill the table name. Then page name should match with the service. Inside the service, what is the page name given, give exactly same name. And actually this is a client rule or service rule. See in this activity security tab, authentication I need to remove, and allow direct invocation from client or service I need to choose. So in this activity, so we are calling in a service rule, so enable this checkbox and disable authentication. Now go back to service. So after saving this activity, now in the request tab, so you can call your activity. So save it. See now we can save this service file. Okay. So after mapping parse and activity rules, then only we can save the service file. These two are mandatory, compulsory we have to fill. Now next step is in your system, uh, try to add some folder. Okay, in the real time is FTP link will be given to you, but now in the personal edition, in your system, any drive like a C drive or some drive you can open. See, in my system, I created one folder called ABCDIR. Okay, like that, anything you can give. Okay, these are created after configuring these, starting the listener. But in your system, just create one folder called any name. Okay, I'm giving as ABCDIR, and in that, don't, okay, you'll not get anything by default initially, but after starting listener, some folders will be automatically created that I will show it later. Now just in any drive, create one folder in your system. See, the next step is, so in any drive in your system, after mapping this activity in the service file, save it and try to add a some directory path in your particular any drive, it's okay. So I'm giving some name as ABC directory in my application in my system. So this in my present application I created in C drive. I created. Now we'll be creating this file listener rule. Next step is, see, file listener again we need to create in the work layer. Go back to work layer. So go to integration resources and select this option file listener. So give a name and click on open. So in this we need to fill the parameters. Okay, here I have given as ABC listener. Whatever any name you can do, no issues. So here first of all choose okay default settings like run on all nodes, no issues. And in the source location I'm going to provide in my system what is the directory is there. So I'm going to provide that. See, in your system you are in which under which directory this particular path is given. So give that one. See, in my system it is C drive, and in the source name, nothing but what files you are reading. Actually, we will be giving. See, give something like a star.csv. So that star means all the records it is going to read from this CSV file. Then we need to configure listener properties. See, listener properties and all once step by step like a package, class, and method name. See, package name I have given is alpha package. Select that. Service class. See, during file service creation, so I've given some class name as file customer. See, customer class is the service class name given. So select that. File customers I have given, and service method. See, service method is nothing but, see, save customer file I have given as a package name, right? Sorry, service name I have given as a save customer file. So that is nothing but service method name. So go give these three parameters which are already created. You will get in the down arrow. So give these three parameters: service class, and this is the service. This is the package name. And suppose actually after parsing what happens means it will read these files. Go to process tab. Suppose if you want to, after the what are the files completed, if you want to keep those files means in the cleanup option you can select keep. By default those will be deleted. If you want to keep those files in a separate completed folder, you can just select keep option in these settings. Now you can save the listener. Now I can save the listener. Now the next step is see in your now go to that particular directory path and try to see. Okay, see, in order to start the listener in previous version, that is up to 7 version, what happens means they will be having something called SMA application. Okay, but that is removed completely in the 8 version. From 8 version, that is application itself, it is completely removed. Okay, so now any listeners if want to start, we need to go to admin studio, we need to switch. So now you can go to admin studio. See, from there I need to start the listener. Now go to resources, and here you will be getting something called listeners. Click on this listeners. Okay, in your system you don't get anything like this, but in your system initially when you open, in the down arrow start or restart listener, one option you'll be getting. So under the down arrow you have to select start a new instance, because the first time we are starting the listener, right? And in the down arrow choose this listener name. What is your listener name you have to choose, and now click on apply. So your listener will be started. The thing is, now what are the directory path we created in this, some folders will be created. Okay, automatically when we start the listener, so these folders will be created. See, what I need to do means just to copy the file which is created. See, once start the listener, what happens means for every 30 seconds it will check in this directory. So listener will refresh for every 30 seconds any file is added or not. If any file is added means it will pick that file and give it to the service file rule, and service file in that the parsing delimited and activities are activity is written, right? So first it will read the parse delimited rule, and then it will read the activity and perform that action in the backend. So the save action is performed, right? Though save action it will only in the licensed version it will work. So up to parsing and all it will happen, and save action also it will read, but saving and all it will not work from 8 version due to some again license issues. But completely in the background it will be performing. Okay, let's see whether copy the file which you created in your desktop. See, in my system this is the delimited file. Sorry, this is the CSV file. Copy it in that particular directory folder. Copy outside here. That is paste here. See, after few seconds, actually for every 30 seconds, this directory will refresh. Okay. So what are the directory link given in the file listener? For every 30 seconds, it will refresh. Wait for few seconds. After few seconds, it will not be there. Okay, so the file is picked, right? So in the real time what happens means in your file what are the records you have after performing that parsing, and it will read that activity. See, up to 7.4 what are the steps I have given, but don't worry, mostly you don't use these steps. Okay, the 8.1 from 8.1 version what are the steps I have given below again. So in 8 point from 8 point or from 8 version, so listener steps and all if you want to configure. So these are the steps in admin studio. You have to go to resources, and from there open the listeners here, and under the listeners you have to select your listener name and select that, and click on start. That is apply. If you click, automatically it will be started. Then in the directory path copy the file, and once you copy the file, so it will pick after few seconds, and in the background what are the data you have in the file, it will save like this. Actually this save action up to 7.4 it is working, but in this personal edition don't worry, it may not work save action, but in the previous version it works. But in the background in the enterprise server means same steps if you configure, it is going to perform this action in the runtime. Okay, here also it will work, but in you cannot see the records in your table even if you do all the mapping correct also. So records, you cannot check it in the table. So but same thing if you do in the real time. So what is the table connected, or to which table the action is performed? So there you can find the records. So like that, any listener on change in the real time means that FTP link will be given to you. Okay. So without giving this directory path from your system in the real time, that FTP path the link and all. So source link is there, right? That you will be getting what to give and all. So that path separately you will be getting the requirement. So only that particular requirement is different. Remaining and all common. Okay. So like that, listeners and all will be working whenever we have requirement. For many save actions, we will be using listeners, file listener, and service file will be using. Okay. Actually, one thing I forgot to show. Generally, once we create the file listener, we can also check the connectivity, whether the source path is connected or not. You see, you'll be getting these test connectivity you'll be getting. Okay, so once you map these listener properties, you can also check the connectivity, whether it is successfully connected to the source or not. Here itself you can check, you'll be getting the status as success if it is successfully connected. Okay. So like that we will be working on these integrations and all. So whenever we get requirement, so easy only, but so what links we have to be getting and all. So you'll be separately getting a specification based on that you have to, whether it is a service you are going to create or connector you are going to use, that all depend upon requirement will be working. Okay. So both at a time we don't create. Okay, either you will create service or either you will consume service. Okay. So for creating services we have to define. For consuming service, so we have to use the connectors. So that is about this integration. Mainly these are the rules. If you have the knowledge, any kind of integration work we can manage. Okay. So that is about today's session, guys. So go through this. So tomorrow I'll continue with some other topic. So any questions, anyone?